We have had a challenge getting people of Chinese origin onto Diversity on Board. The Chinese community is underrepresented on our roster, and what we want to do is to have our roster reflect the population as well. And the Chinese community is not represented. And we need to find ways to change that and to have more representation from the Chinese community.
I really feel that in a city like Toronto, where there is so much diversity and there's so many people from so many different parts of the world that bring so much expertise and different perspectives and different experiences, that there is such a huge potential for bringing people together and finding new solutions because you have so many perspectives around the table. And that's not happening. And that's why I got involved in Maitri, and I got involved in Diversity on Board, and I got involved in School for Civics. And it's one of the reasons why I came into the Chinese community to do social justice, equity, anti-racism work was because of my own experiences of tokenism. It's important to create a space for Chinese Canadian youth or people with hyphenated identities to really talk through their identity crisis, because I think we all go through this identity crisis.
At a municipal level, you are truly doing things that for the community and for the good of the community. My clients is you and I, the community, and the good is really for the good of the community. And I'm used to, in the sense that advocating for rights and push the envelope, so to speak.
So my community activism is largely motivated, empowered, and propelled by my parents. I grew up Buddhist, and they raised us Buddhists in the house. And my parents are very simple people. My father has a grade 4 education, my mother has a grade 6 education, but they're some of the most informed people that I know. And they gave us 3 simple lessons in life. One is to love your home, which means to love your family. 2 is to love your neighbor. And then 3 is to always give back to community.
You can say Chinese Canadian youth are those who are Canadian born, those who have been here since they were young, or those that have been here, moved here, I don't know, long enough to feel that they're part of the community.
By definition, I've had friends who were born here, I've had friends who came in their mid-teens just like myself, and I think it's one of the situations where you pride yourself being Canadian, somebody who maintains your Chinese heritage and your roots, and maintain those close links to your family.
I think something like Chinese Canadian youth is something that is somewhat self-defining. So if you identify as a Chinese Canadian youth, then that's what you are. It's a process of understanding your own identity that every person goes through. So it's really a very individual thing.
It really depends on, the UN will give you a youth age definition, and the City of Toronto might give you one. I think, reasonably, those who are under 26, and those are Chinese identity. So, it doesn't matter to me whether you're born here, born overseas, you have one parent that's Chinese, or two parents that's Chinese, or two parents are partially Chinese, as long as you are self-identified culturally, and not necessarily linguistically, but culturally, as Chinese Canadian, then you are Chinese Canadian.
It's really more about building social networks and understanding how community works and understanding what it means to build those kinds of relationships.
It means being a part of the community, whether you are in business, in academia, in public service, or whether you choose to run for office.
Yes, if you get involved, and it doesn't matter whether you're getting involved in the workplace, you're getting involved at your college, university, or high school, then you are part of the process to create power for the people, however that is defined.
I think we all have this collective idea and belief that we want to make a difference, and this is not something just we're saying it, but we feel that in order to make a difference in terms of the policy decisions, you have to have a seat at the table.
Political currency, to me, deals with credibility. It also auditions if you're a respected community leader, then people will follow you, knowing that you will not lead them astray, that you will always stand up and fight for them.
I think, like, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make the world a better place. Hi, my name's Karen Sun, and I'm a dim sum Timbit.
I'm Krista Wong-Tam, and I am a dim sum Timbit.
I am Ken Chan, and I am a dim sum Timbit.
I'm happy to say I'm Don Wing Chan, Chen Yifei, Chen Zhihui, Dim Sum Timbits.